What's going on? Charles Botensten here. Just wanted to make a really quick video about iCharles and the future of iCharles.com and obviously what's going on with it. So iCharles.com was essentially about me in the beginning. Initially, I'm like, this is going to be a compilation of, when you get a speaking engagement or, obviously I'm thinking way into the future when I get a speaking engagement or start writing books and blah, 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 at least I'm going to be able to compile all this onto a .com. And what I noticed is that I'm not really that popular. And then I started going like, where do I want to go with it? Because, and by that popular, I mean, I was putting up podcasts and articles and YouTube videos and Instagram posts and all these things. And I would get like maybe 30, 40 views a day. And I'm like, this is going nowhere. It wasn't increasing. It was fluctuating. And I'm like, you have that famous quote out there, we and not me. And I started thinking about it, I'm like, what if we build the largest self-development community around everything, not just like a forum. There's like plenty of forums out there of self-development, and then there's individual people, like you have Bob Proctor, he has a website, Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy and all these guys, but there's no like central location where they sell products and you have forums and online and events and you have everything all in one. And I was like, why don't I build that? And I'm like, number one is, so it's like, why do you have the right to do that? Well, number one is that it doesn't exist. And number two is that I live through self-development. Like I just bleed it. I'm just a continuous student, as Tony Robbins says. Like the journey never ends, as Eleanor Roosevelt said. She's like, you feel like you're gonna get to a destination, you're on this train, and each station is something else. I graduate college, I get married, I buy a house, I have children, da da da. That's a station along the journey. You feel that and then you get to the end, and that's really when you notice you're like, oh, this whole time I was actually on a journey. And essentially that's what I really want to create with iCharles, and that's really the whole journey of iCharles. It started with me, and then I'm like, no, it should be about we, and it should be everyone, and just bringing awareness to it. And it's like, and it's not going to be in that like hoorah and hoopla and new agey where we try and convince people and it's a cult. It's like, no, it's like people that are cool, that want better lives, and we'll go here. It's like, we'll have products, and for me, it's like it's not my main business at all. I'm in real estate. I own a real estate company in New York City. So this is really just an extension. And number one is that I'm trying to, what I want to do is build it up so it's self-sustaining, where I don't even need to go out and try and have people like write articles and put up their products and their events and their seminars, and there's going to be online and forums. Like I want it to just be like a living, breathing thing, like Facebook. Like Mark Zuckerberg has nothing to do about content, but in the beginning he was the only content creator. He was selling people, this is the idea, you could put up your own images, your profiles, you could share things, you could post on people's walls, you could friend them and everything else. And that's going to be us in the beginning. Like we're going to be the only ones self-sustaining it, but in a year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years or however long, I have no idea how long it's going to take. It's just going to take off, and people are going to want to post their own articles in a forum, and there's going to be a marketplace, and there's going to be events and everything else. And to be honest, like I said, it's like, yeah, like it's going to get to the point where the servers and everything else is going to cost money and whatever. But to be honest, like this is my passion. Like it's just, I already said it, it's just being a student and being a person that just repackages information. That's my YouTube videos. So hop over to iCharles.com. We only have like 13 members right now, but it's going to be 14 and then 15 and then 100 and then 1,000 and then 2,000. So it's going to be in the future what I really see, and it's the same thing with my company that I actually make money off. It's like you can't be where you are because you're going to stay there. You always have to future think. And that was actually a video that I'm going to be coming out with next is future thinking. Is like, what do I want to do? Who was I talking to yesterday? I was talking to this guy, and he had a meeting with the person that, I forgot the WeWork.com, or WeWork, the huge place. I actually rent space from there. And it's an amazing business model. WeWork. I don't know if you've heard of it, just Google it. But my buddy had a founder with someone, or he had a meeting with the founder, and he talked about it. He goes, in the meeting, they were asking for money. So the WeWork founder was like, what's your vision? What's your future? Like, yeah, I know you want to make money and build this out, but like, seriously, what is your long-term goal? Like, what's the dent that you want to make? And when you actually future think, that's essentially what you're doing. You're like, okay, I understand that my body isn't exactly where I want it to be, and I'm not going to go too much into it, but iCharles.com, we're going to have an entire area. Like, we're going to have forums, we're going to have profiles, we're going to have, you know, you're going to be able to friend people. In the forums, you're going to ask for mentors and meetups, and then you're going to have an events area and products where you can download things like MP3 player or MP3s or books or ebooks, and then we're going to have an area that you're going to be able to have online courses, and then there's going to be reviews on all of it, so only the good things come up, and it's just going to be a huge self-development website where people just literally compile their best material and they put it up there, and then they write articles and things like that. Like, that's essentially what iCharles.com is going to be. So hop over there. I know it's at 6:30 the timing, and I said really quick, but my videos are always around 8 minutes. But anyway, go to iCharles.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel, or just register, because you want to get your .com now, because I'm gonna make this thing big. And you guys are going to help me, because I'm clearly not going to be able to do 100% of this on my own. By the way, I just saw a butterfly. Yeah, I'm in New York City on the 17th floor, 18th floor, and a butterfly just like literally walked by. That's an omen. Is an omen good or bad? Or that's an angel or something, whatever. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Have an awesome day. Subscribe, and obviously go to iCharles.com and register.